Hello and hello and good evening, everyone. And of course, welcome to this review on a Thursday night. Can you hear me now? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Might be having.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear you, Mike. I can. I can hear you perfectly. I can. Just having a couple of technical issues, but Mike will be back in a minute. He will. But yeah, so we're just starting, of course, and welcome to the review. So Mike's just having a technical issue and we'll be back. But me and Mike are going to be, of course, reviewing tonight the M81 Blackened by Drew Estate. We are. And of course, as I wait for Mike, it's a Toro. It is. But Mike will be back in a minute. So please stay with us because we are just having a couple of technical issues. We are tonight. But Mike will be back, like I say. And I can't wait to sit down with Mike and smoke this cigar. I've been smoking the Blackened now for the last 3 years and got really into it. I'm a big fan of the band, and just a nice little sort of hint. Yeah, that's the band. And it is one of them cigars that I enjoy. So we will get into it. Like I say, Mike will be back in a minute. He will. And hopefully he'll be able to hear me because we're having a bit of sound issue. We are. But Mike should be back in a minute. We will. And hope you're all having a great Thursday. And please, of course, stay with us as we do this review. But yeah, hopefully Mike will be back in a minute. He will. And if not, then we'll sort another way of doing it. We will. But hopefully Mike will be in a moment. He will. I'm just making sure. But yeah, please stay with us. And here's Mike back. Yes, hopefully. Sound's working. Can you hear me now, Mike?
Loud and clear, brother. Loud and clear.
So yeah, of course, as I was saying, everyone, welcome tonight. And of course, I'm joined by Mike from Distinguished Gent My Ash there on Instagram and also on TikTok.
What's going
that's
on,
where
guys?
you can go and find my brother. And it's going to be a unique night tonight because this is Mike's first try, of course, of Blackened. Oh, Blackened. Blackened M81 Maduro to the core. Yeah. I just hope this cigar does not finish my cough because, as you know, with the song, Deadly Nicotine. Oh, yeah. Oh, Blackened. Oh, yeah. So, Mike, let's get into this cigar, my brother, and tell everybody about the size and stuff about the cigar.
Well, guys, what I got here is a 6x52 Toro. Wrapper, Mexican San Andres. Binder is a Connecticut River Valley broadleaf. Filler, Nicaraguan Maduro. Pennsylvania broadleaf Maduro. Origin, Nicaraguan.
Yep.
Strength value on this one is medium to full.
Yep.
And like I said, the shape of it is a Toro.
Not. Yeah. Well, did you know there's, of course, the Pennsylvanian broadleaf that they use in it, of course, is called the Green River One Sucker. And, of course, it's a variety of tobacco that Drew Estate use, and it's the boldest tobacco in the cigar. So, of course, as we know, it's all Maduro, and it's a full Ligero, so 2 Ligeros in it, and yeah. And when we look at the cigar, it's nice. It's got a nice band on it, of course, with the M81 there at the foot, Maduro to the core, of course, the Blackened band. Nice looking wrapper, so smooth in the hand. It's got a nice little vein down here on mine, so I've got a nice little vein. Definitely, it's got a single cap, it looks at to me, on the top. But apart
Yes.
from that, it's a gorgeous looking cigar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it. I am. And I'm going to be going, of course, with a guillotine cut.
Really?
So, Mike, what cut are you going to be using, brother, on your cigar?
Well, since it's the first time you're doing this, I think I'm going to join you and do a guillotine too. I'm going to get the full experience. I have nothing against a punch or a V cut,
Yep.
but for the way that reading the filler and everything on this, I think I'll be doing myself a disservice and not treating myself to getting the full embody of this cigar.
So, just by, of course, running the cigar under your nose and the wrapper, what kind of sense are you getting from just smelling the wrapper? What's hitting you straight out at the front of the gate with the smell on the cigar?
Almost like a chocolate, like a dark, maybe, I'm thinking.
Yep. Yep.
So, I mean, it is, compared to some other ones that I've smoked, it is definitely a stronger one. Because, like I said, this is the first time me taking it out of the cellophane and
Yep.
doing anything with it. So, it is definitely a stronger stoke.
Yeah. So of course, with the cigar, and a side note to it, of course, it's made by Drew Estate Cigars out of Nicaragua, and the story is there's, for people who know the band, of course, Metallica, they had a whiskey called Blackened M81. And it didn't say 81 on it, but as we know, it was a reference to their song Blackened. And what happened, Rob Dietrich made it. So the story goes there's when we were all in lockdown, Rob Dietrich was talking to James Hetfield of Metallica, the lead singer, and he said, I know a guy who rolls cigars. And they were smoking cigars. And he's like, all right, who? And the name came out, Jonathan Drew, of course, of Drew Estate Cigars. So James Hetfield didn't know there's Rob Dietrich and, of course, Jonathan Drew were friends. So as they got talking, he wanted to come up with a cigar. Jonathan Drew sent him a box full of cigars. So as they were sitting, James Hetfield's going down different notes what he likes in a cigar. Rob Dietrich's going down. Then they're trying to pair it, of course, with the blackened whiskey, if it took with the blackened whiskey. Then they sent the notes back to Jonathan Drew. And that's how the birth of this cigar came around. And
Well, did not know that.
yeah. So, I'm going to give it the old sniff test at the foot. So I'm getting grassy. I'm getting that tobacco smell. And also, I can get that chocolatey smell. And maybe just a little bit of pepper off the smell that I'm getting.
Yeah,
in the
that's
nose.
what I'm getting. I was getting like, towards the end, right? The pepper standing out a little bit.
Yep. So next, cold draw. What we're getting on the cold draw, of course, as we know, on a cold draw, we don't light it. We're just taking a nice cold draw to see if we get any different. See if we get anything different from, of course, doing the smell test. Definitely that chocolate. Definitely that chocolate taste. Yeah, definitely chocolate. So, of course, Mike, when you light your cigars up, my brother, what are you enjoying the most? Are you enjoying doing it, of course, with the matches? Are you doing it with a single torch, a triple torch? Are you doing it with a soft flame? How are you going to light your cigar tonight, my brother? As we do this review.
I'm doing a single flame torch.
Yep.
The reason is it's a little windy here right now where I'm at. But normally, I mean, if I have the time and I want to really stand out a little bit, I'll use some matches. But with this one, I think I want to make sure that I'm getting a good even burn on the tip and a nice toast.
Yep.
So I can embody the full experience of it. Because it's one thing when you're doing it with a match, sometimes if you don't sit there long enough with it, you won't get an even torch, the toasting of the foot.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the same with me. I'm going to be, of course, using single jet, and I like doing it with a single jet. Sometimes with a double or triple, I kind of burn the wrapper a little bit too much, and it goes down. But as we know, and what don't we do, Mike, when we light a cigar? What's the biggest no
You
for
don't put
lighting
it
a
too
cigar,
close. You
bro?
don't put it too close. You don't put it too close. You don't go like this.
Downright my brother.
That's
Yeah. Oh. The amount
I've
of
seen
people
so
I've seen
many.
do that, it's just...
That's why I'm laughing about it, seeing it too. Close enough
Well,
where you start seeing it char a little bit of the bottom. That's all you got to do.
yeah. So what I'm going to do, of course, is you all, Mike. We're going to light the cigar now. And like we say, everyone, if you've not smoked, of course, the blackened M81 Maduro to the core, definitely go and try it if you like your Maduros. If you're just getting into the cigar, we will tell you more about the sister cigar as well. So we'll go a little bit into the sister cigar that they do. Of course, we are smoking the blackened. And I always blow on the bottom of the cigar, just make sure it's totally in. To make sure it's properly lit. And I just hope that you enjoy this cigar, Mark, as much as I enjoy it, because I am a diehard on the cigar.
Right off the bat, I'm tasting pepper, like like right off the bat.
Oh yeah, it's got that. It's definitely got that pepper. It has. It's definitely got that pepper.
Good draw, really good draw, like
Yep.
very smooth. Like no, you know, it's like
You have no resistance.
none at all.
No. And it is a good cigar. Of course, it's all long filler. It is, and made in Nicaragua. And there was an event quite a bit ago, and we're looking at maybe 2 years back, I think it could be, maybe a little bit longer than that. And they brought out a sister cigar. So the sister cigar, of course, is the S84. Yeah, S84. And they changed the cigar. So what happened? Drew Estate did the freestyle event. They released a couple of cigars in the freestyle with a light and different things, so people were smoking them. And this was, of course, the S84. Now, what's unique about the S84 compared to, of course, the M81 is they went back a little bit with the cigar, and people were like, well, what do you mean they went back with the S84? What they did with the S84 is they changed the wrapper. And of course, they went with the name Fade to Black, which is a reference to Fade to Black.
Fade to Black.
Yeah, great song. And of course, that song was on Ride the Lightning. It was. And I do like that album. So, of course, as they did it, they changed it. They made it a more medium-bodied cigar. And the way they did it, they went with a Connecticut shade wrapper. Keeping, of course, with the Connecticut broadleaf binder, and also keeping with the Nicaraguan and Pennsylvanian Lajero Sucker Punch ones. And this is the thing. If you don't like the fuller, darker cigars like this one, then there is the S84 that you can go and see. And like we say again, the S84 is called the Shade to Black. But we are smoking tonight the Blackened.
The Blackened.
And also, it does come in a handy little size. It comes in the tins. So if you don't want to smoke a big one, you can get it in the tins. You can.
I saw that, and I think I'm starting to like how a lot of cigar manufacturers are doing those in the tins. For people on the go to still want to have that smoke, but don't have the full time to do, they have the time to rest and sit down. They got something on the go, which I think is very nice that they're doing that.
Oh, yeah. So, if you were sitting now, Mark, right, smoking a cigar on your own, what would be the music that you would be listening to?
Metallica.
Yeah. Yeah. What song, though, by Metallica? Would you be listening to Blackened song? Or would you be listening to something else in their archive of great
Sandman.
music?
I always like Sandman.
Yeah, Enter Sandman. We're off to Never Neverland.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that video on MTV and seeing the old guy talking, and then, of course, the truck and the boy running and different things. It was a unique video. It's like one. That was another unique video, and Metallica have done some really great ones. And also, I don't know if you know this, Mike. You may do. So when Metallica have been touring, of course, over the last year, and probably maybe 2 years now, they do, of course, the 2 nights for the album that they did. So it's never a repeat, the music, 2 different nights of music that they do when they're touring. And also on that night is a pop-up Metallica shop. And at the Metallica shop, you can buy blackened whiskey, or you can get the M81. And also Rob Dietrich, the master blender, and also involved in the cigar, he's there signing boxes. And he's here in London in July on the tour.
So the question is, are you going?
Robbie, I can't even get a ticket. Yeah. So I'll be missing.
That sucks,
But
huh?
I have managed to speak to Rob Dietrich by Instagram. And we've shot a couple of messages to one another. And he's another fan of the cigar. And you know something? There's a great video on YouTube, of course, that you can watch of James Hatfield and also sitting down, of course, with Rob Dietrich and Jonathan Drew. And they go into depth of why they got the cigar made and, of course, different bits about it. So definitely go and check that out. But what are you thinking of the cigar so far, Mark? We're getting into it, of course. I know we're only a little bit into the cigar, but what are you thinking?
Good even burn. Like I said, the pull's still consistent. Still getting a taste of that Pennsylvania tobacco that's coming off of it. That's been really, since I've been smoking more cigars now, I've been noticing the Pennsylvania leaf to me sticks out more dominant than a lot of other ones. Maybe because it's a new taste for me, so it's kind of, you know what I mean. It's exciting to getting that something new profile on the palate, and that's what's doing it.
Okay. It is a good construction, and like I say, mine's just burning nicely. It is. Don't get me wrong, a little bit, but it'll correct as it goes through. Mine seems to be this tonight. It's got a bit of a tightness to it. Now, of course, as we know with a lot of cigars, it depends on where you live, your humidity, and also how it's being looked after at the shop. Now, mine, of course, is tight tonight. Hopefully, it opens up, but it's smoking. It is smoking. It's doing great, and to me, it's got a bit of smoke that's coming off, but it's not over smoky. It's not that over smoky taste in the mouth. It lines the mouth nice. So, what are you pairing with the cigar tonight, Mike? Because certain people, like ourselves and people that we talk to on TikTok and Instagram and everywhere, we kind of pair with the cigars. So, what are you pairing tonight with the cigar?
I have a Jack Daniel's 7-year-old that I'm drinking right now. Something I'd go to. It's normally like one of the staple blend that I usually go to with a lot of my cigars. Yep. So I wanted to get something that was at least consistent that I'm drinking with, that I can kind of compare it. It's not taking me in another direction or drinking something different that I'm not normally drinking, that I would change the profile a little bit. But that's kind of like my foundation, my rock right there when I'm drinking something that I can kind of see and pull certain notes out with.
Yeah. And you know something, Jack Daniel's, it's a good drink. And when you think of the people that drink it, of course, we're talking about metal, of course, with Metallica. But when you think of Jack Daniels, who would you see drinking Jack Daniels? None other than Lemmy Kilmister, of course, Motorhead. And what do you reckon? Of course, of musicians, sports players, and different people, Mike, because we're seeing a lot more, aren't we, of these superstars that are making cigars, they're making whiskies. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's just another thing to have the name on, or do you reckon they're passionate about it?
Well, I would hope anything that they're putting their name on, they're trying it first, as always. Something, because if you're not a drinker and you put your name on a bottle, that doesn't kind of defeats the whole purpose of it. But it's your brand, it's your image, it's your name, your likeness on those things. So this was actually a pretty. I mean, like I said, this is a good cigar, and I'm just getting started into it. And any normal person would know, smoking a cigar, you're either, as soon as that first couple of puffs, you're gonna like it or hate it. And this is good right here.
And this is the thing. The M81, it's defined by that dark sweetness, heavy mineral earthiness. It isn't a subtle cigar. It's built for those who enjoy the gritty and bold smoking experience. And this is the thing about the cigar. And like we said, that initial light, it does punch you in the face a little bit. Now, what would you have said that pepper was, Mike, at the start of the cigar? Would you have said a white pepper, black pepper, red pepper? Where would you have put that on that pepper scale, as we would
put
say?
On the black,
scale.
I would think I would feel a black pepper would be, just to kind of stick with the name.
Yeah. So you've got that, definitely that black pepper, and you get that little bit of leather. Now I don't know if you got that little bit of leather, because tonight I've had Chinese food. So I've had Chinese curry with sticky rice, and I had noodles, and I had some teriyaki bites, basically chicken teriyaki bites. So I get that little bit of leatherness. I get that little bit of dryness when I smoke the cigar, of course. Now, did you get that at the start, or did you get any other with the start of the cigar?
The start of the cigar, like I said, I just got that chocolate. That chocolate hit me right off the bat, and then that Pennsylvania tobacco. That was the first thing that really, really caught me off guard doing it. That's what stood out to me the most, because I think was, again, what stood out again was a lot of cigars that I do smoke. You can always taste like the leather out of it, consistent from a lot of them. But this one right here, right off the bat, that's what it was.
Yeah, and you know something, when I've done a retro hill on it before, I get a weird like smell sitting, and I get that pepper on the retro hill. Don't get me wrong, it hurts my nose, so I don't really retro hill much. But I get like a pencil lead kind of smell, and it's so weird. It is, and I don't know if other people have had it where they smell that like a little bit of pencil leadish kind of smell in it. But that's what I get. And what they say about the cigar, Drew Estate, is you call flavors. So dark espresso, a dark unsweetened chocolate, of course. That's where you might have said that chocolate. It sticks out, and I know it sticks out because I don't know if you enjoy dark chocolate. I don't know if you like light chocolate, white chocolate, but me mainly, I'm that light milk chocolate. I can't stand that high octane dark chocolate. So I know the difference when I smoke the cigar with the different chocolates, of course, as we know with some. Some can be really chocolatey, some can be that bitter chocolate, some can be like a bit of flavorish chocolate in the cigar that we taste with the vanilla and stuff, and then that chocolate taste. So, do you reckon them notes sit with this cigar and where you are with what you're tasting?
Yeah, because I'm really enjoying this cigar. It's like I said, it's burning nice right now. It's going through. Good ash is lining up, and I'm enjoying it every time I smoke it. Every time I take a puff, it Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
And that's what it's about. And of course, we go on the construction. You look at the cigar straight away. It is nice, and I said this at the start. It's nice. The ash is a nice white, subtle grey ash, and it's sticking in. Of course, Mike's a little bit further in than me.
It's too
And
good. I can't stop.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. I told you, my brother, I'm glad you're enjoying it. But how does it feel in your hand, Mike? Because of course, we smoke a lot of different cigars, my brother. We enjoy cigars. I know you were really taking that jet ship and straight off and smoking everything that you can find, which is great seeing that and hearing the different cigars that you're smoking. How does this feel in your hand? Because to me, it's very smooth. There's no
It
sheen to
is.
the cigar, but it's smooth in the hand. Where some cigars can be that really rough wrapper texture that you get with the cigars, which I also like. Don't get me wrong.
I think it was it's like a best kept secret. You wouldn't know about it until somebody talks to you about it, because, like you said, predominantly when you're going into it or anywhere you're doing it or buying it from, either online or in a lounge, it doesn't really stand out as much as some other ones.
Yeah,
Beside the wrapper being on, I'm sorry, the band on the foot, and just a
yeah,
little bit of that little thin band further up towards the cap. That's
yeah.
it. But that's fine. Sometimes you want some things to be hidden so everybody can't get the good stuff, right?
So of course, when you got the cigar, what did you think of the box? Because to me, even the box for the blackened just sticks out to me. It's so unique. It is. And I just wondered, did you have a look at the box when you picked the cigar up and how it was?
No, when I went into the lounge, I asked the guy if he had any, and he steered me right into it. Got me two of the sticks, and we just kind of kept moving down the line. So I didn't get a
Right.
chance.
So, Gaz pulls out the box tricks. Because I've got a bit of everything. That's the box of the M81 Madeira to the core. And the uniqueness of the box, you pull it up, it also folds out. So of
Now, I
course you
did
got
see that.
blackened.
I did see the lip right there, where the
Yeah,
extender, like you said, that one. I did see that
yeah,
one when we were grabbing it, but I didn't see the lid wasn't down to see the front full cover of it.
yeah. So on the lip, as it says, of course, risen from the fiery volcanic earth of Estali, Nicaragua, a masterful, crafted Maduro, and then of course La Gran Fabrica, Drew Estate, and as it says on it, Hatfield, Dietrich, and Drew, and that's like we said to you, of course, who was involved with the cigar, and I like the box. I like how it stands out. If I could show you the ashtray, I would. And when they released the ashtray, it was James Hatfield's guitar, the ashtray. And Mike's been on a bit of a journey, everyone, trying to find out if anyone knows the ashtray that he's got. So go and check out the Instagram post. Go check it out on TikTok. And try and help the brother out because he asked me, and I'm still scratching my head to this day. I ain't got a clue who makes it.
Even if somebody just told me, hey, that's somebody that made off Etsy or some other kind of thing, just for somebody as a gift, fine. That'll put an end to it, and I'll stop the searching. But as of right now, I'm still searching.
Hopefully, hopefully, we'll find out, my brother. And like I
Yeah.
say,
Any help?
we
Any
get
help,
down to it.
please?
Yeah. So, what else? What else was it about this cigar, Mike, that kind of stood out to you? Did you do any research on the cigar before, or
Well,
what made you go and get it? What made you go and get it?
beside our conversations about it several
Yeah,
times, and I'm the kind of person, if I see somebody enjoying a cigar that well, it makes you curious a little bit, right? You're like, damn, what is this guy? Is it really that good, or is he just putting it on? Because some people will do it, but you can really tell when somebody's enjoying a cigar just
yeah,
by the way their expression is. They're smiling every time they take a puff. And that goes to show you that, because the cigar should make everybody smile by all means, but it's a different kind of smile and different kind of twinkle in their eye when they're having a good cigar, and that's what you were having several times when you tried it. So that's why I was like, I got to get me one.
It's like when I'm smoking this and I'm getting into the first, because we're still in that first anyway. We are. And I want to see now, of course, with yourself. What are you getting in the first? And I want to see if we're hitting the same kind of notes on the first, and see if we're off ball or if we're on ball. So what are you getting? What's been dominant in the first so far? That's coming
Well,
out first notes.
the pepper and the Pennsylvania tobacco has kind of receded a little bit. It's calmed down, maybe because my palate's getting used to it. But I am getting intense hits of the leather coming out now, a little bit more prominent out of it. A little bit more earthy notes. The earthiness is coming out, and still there's maybe a little faint of the chocolate. Like, things are starting to evolve a little bit more now as I'm going through this.
Yeah. And you know something? You're right there. I'm getting that peppery. So I'm still getting that black pepper. I'm getting between an earth and that, and it's like a woody flavour to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Really woody flavour. That's really sticking there at the back, because I can feel it. And then there's still that sweetness. Now, I would say that sweetness, like you said, of course, the chocolate. It's definitely, to me, where the smell of it was that deep, dark chocolate. This is more now on that like light chocolate to me, the dead milky chocolate to me. And don't get me wrong, I put my hand up. I've never had Hershey's chocolate. I have Dairy Milk in the UK by Cadbury's. I'm a Cadbury's fan, not a Hershey's fan. So I do apologise, everybody.
I did not. I learned something new every day.
I've never had that chocolate. Brother, my daughters enjoy it. My daughters enjoy that chocolate, but me, I had one little bite and I was like, that's not chocolate. And they're like, but it is. That's not chocolate.
Now I've had Cadbury, especially during Easter, of course. The Cadbury eggs and some things like that come out. But yeah, Hershey chocolate, when we're doing s'mores, or even like the Hershey Kisses and things like that. Yes, that's like a tradition you kind of hear.
So, where would you put? Now, of course, as you know, we don't mention prices. But if we were in the element of what we would pay for this, so our price that we would pay, what would be your price point that you would pay for this cigar? And we're not mentioning, of course, the price of the cigar that we brought it for. Just roughly, what would you say we would pay for it?
So if you're saying somebody just gave me this cigar and I started smoking it, didn't know anything about it, and you're asking me how much I would pay for this?
Yep.
I would think your
MSRP?
I would think roughly this would be a good $15-$20 stick.
Yeah. I'm on that marker of NSRP from about 15 to maybe 18. I am. Because it's a Toro, and Toros do cost a little bit more, as we know, than Robustos. And they do a mix of this cigar. So, of course, if you are looking to get the cigar, you can get it in Robusto, you can get it in Toro, you can get it in Petty, Corona, you can also get it in the tins. Like I say, you can get 10 in the tin. Great cigars by Drew Estate. And I'm a big fan of Drew Estate. This is the thing. And we don't condone.
So am I.
We don't condone people going and smoking, don't get me wrong. But we're just saying this, they make different sizes, and of course, I got the 10 of them because I want to have a small cigar now and again, then smoking a big one.
Plus,
and
the
because
case
I like
cool.
the blackened. Yeah, well, yeah, because the case looks cool, so I had to have it. But of course, it's just having that small little break, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed this. Now, that pepper is still sitting at the back. It's coated the mouth. I can feel it coating the mouth. And like I say, I'm just about there. And it does intensify. This is the thing. At the moment, from where you are now with the cigar mark, what would be the body that you would say? Would you say it's on that medium, or would you say it's medium to full or full? Where would you say at the moment with the cigar this is hitting on that scale, the strength?
Compared to a couple other ones, I would say it's a medium to full,
Hmm.
not a full body of it, as what it's saying that it is, because I've smoked a couple of the stronger cigars, but I
Yep.
do think it's consistent. I think since the beginning to the end, like I said, the draw and everything, consistency of it, the ash is growing. I mean, it's a consistent smoke.
No. So some people say, of course, what's the best pairing? And we spoke about, of course, what you're pairing it with. I'm pairing it with an energy drink because I haven't got no blackened American whiskey. Now, people have told me that's a great pairing, and I had the bottle, but the cigars weren't out at the time, of course, when I had it, and I do want to try it. I've heard great reviews. But to me, any whiskey, as long as it's not overpowering, is good with the cigar. I would also say a nice strong black coffee. Is there anything else what you'd suggest with this cigar that you would pair with it, Mike? Because I know you said you're pairing yours, of course, with Jack Daniels. What else would you pair this cigar with? If there was
I
anything
think
else that you could pair it
I think
with?
you can go for I think you can go for like a specialty drink. I think you can do, like you said, a Manhattan, or even a smoked drink also too. I know some people are getting into that where they're smoking it and getting a little bit of extra
Yeah,
flavors into it. So you could do that compared with it, because it's very good, but it is with its taste and its natural flavors that are coming off of it. That if you're
yeah,
pairing it with something just a little bit smoky itself, it wouldn't overdo one or the other. I think it'd be a good
yeah.
pairing with it.
I think I think an old fashioned to go with as well. I don't know about you.
Mm.
What do you reckon? Because
Yeah.
you gain that taste, you gain that nice citrus, and I don't think that would change the cigar because of how bold it is. Now, to me, how's your burn? Because mine, I haven't had to correct it yet. So yeah, yours is a bit, but like you said, it is a little bit windy, so we take that into account on
Yeah,
this.
and I'm
We do.
holding it down. That's why you don't see it as much. I'm trying to drop it down a little bit to stop the wind from this Florida wind. I'll take it any day though, but
Yeah,
it's not your friend smoking cigars.
but tell people more, Mike. Of course, I know you joined myself and Grumpy, and also, of course, Matthew with Kimpin on the Cigar Lynch podcast. But for anyone who didn't watch it, tell people about yourself, Mike, and distinguish Gent My Ash and what you're going to be getting up to, because I know you've got a lot of exciting things coming. So tell people how they can grab you, where they can watch your stuff, and tell them more. Tell them more about you. Go on, my brother.
Yeah, well, I've been doing this now for over 4 months. Going into this, been smoking cigars for quite a long time, getting into it, but I never really paid attention to the craft or the art of smoking cigars. Always enjoyed smoking cigars with company, but also enjoy smoking cigars by myself. That's one of the only things you can do as a single player or a team, right? And get the same results out of it.
Yeah,
Um, but just the minute ability to smoke a cigar and just kind of stop. You don't completely, cut off everything, but it has that ability to just kind of slow everything down around you and give you that minute to kind of recharge and think about things that are going on, or sometimes just not think about anything at all but enjoy the cigar. So
yep,
like I said, I've been doing it for quite some time, doing that, and then I kind of had family members that were telling me I should go on live and start talking to people, meeting more people, and just doing things. So started doing that. I've been the brothers of the Leaf, sisters of the Leaf, everybody that we've been doing this with have been great. I get a lot of encouragement. Looking at my pictures, putting hearts, adding questions, saying things, cutting up has always been a great thing.
yep,
Meeting people all over the world pretty much right now, which is always exciting. You're sitting here on my ass in front of the phone or a tablet or computer, and I'm talking to you all the way across the pond, which is always
hmm
great.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah,
it
I
does,
mean,
bro.
I enjoy doing this. I like talking to people from beginners to the aficionados, if that's what they want to call it. But I think what separates me from everybody else, I invite everybody in. Man, woman, beginner, seasoned, I don't care, because like I said before, there's always a new cigar coming out. When a new cigar is coming out, we're starting all over again. There's nothing that's, puts us different than everybody else. But I
And
like to hear.
you hit it there, but you hit it there straight on the note. When you said that to me, when we were talking on TikTok, and you went, well, everyone's on a different journey. Everyone's trying that new tasting cigar and we're starting over again.
Mhm.
And to me, it would, even though I know it's new, we're getting into this new cigar, trying this new cigar, I never thought of it that way until you pointed that out. And I was like, you know something, Mike's at the note there. Because it is. That's another new thing that we're getting into. And all I can say from me is a big thank you for letting me come and join you and smoking cigars with you. And like I say, we've had chats, and for anyone who's watching, you definitely need to go and check TikTok out and go and join if you smoke cigars, of course. Go and check Instagram out. But what else? What else do you enjoy, Mike, about the cigars and also, of course, the cigar industry? About the group, of course, of the people that we talk to, because we talk to a vast variety of people from all around the states, and of course, me, the crazy Brit. We've got a vast variety, haven't we? Of course, of sisters, brothers from all over. So, what is it that you really, really dig about the whole cigar industry and the cigar social side of it?
I like giving the ability of the individual to have that platform to talk about the cigar that they're smoking, or that accessory they're selling, or that that new blend that they're coming out with. Because some people, and we have people on there talking. Sometimes they say, I have a problem talking to people. I have a
Yeah,
problem of in crowds, things like that. But you give them that platform to talk about that cigar they're smoking, or ask them why they're smoking it. Like I said, they light up. They're
yeah,
smiling. They're looking at the cigar as they're explaining it. They'll start looking at, well, I'm smoking this and this and this. You can see this. I mean, it gives everybody, again, that platform to have that. I call it elevator speech that we all, if you're in
yeah,
sales, they always say, what's your elevator speech? To be able to do that and talk about those things, because again, everybody's always looking for that one stick, that stick that's going to be great that they're smoking. They're like, oh, it was great. Now I want another. I'm looking for something else. And that's what cigars is, definitely gives everybody, from man and woman, that platform to do that.
yeah. And of course, I wanted to say hi to, of course, Grumpy. So Grumpy's watching there. Of course, hello to JS Sherry 5. Also, of course, Art Lugo Del Puro, and of course, Rich Dick Ricky. So Rich Dick Ricky. So thank you for watching.
Hello, guys.
And of course, we're doing the blackened M81. Now, that ash is just sticking on, of course. As you can see, my ash is
My,
sticking on.
mine finally
Yours is
broke.
dropped. But just looking at the end of the cigar now, Mark, how's it looking? Because I've had little issues with this cigar over over time, where it's burnt very fast. I've had a molar. It's burnt a little bit lopsided because of the wind. Now, of course, we know you've got a bit of wind, but how's the cigar looking at the foot? Now, is it looking okay? Is it corrected?
It's good.
Yep. So your cup's fine. Yep. Yeah. That's brilliant. So it's been in good. And like we say, it is. Is the taste changed any in the cigar? Because, like I say, I'm still in that first, and I'm trying to get into that second. But I just want to see what else you're tasting now.
I'm getting more of the chocolate now as I get towards the back end to it. It's definitely it definitely is getting stronger.
Yep.
You can definitely see where it's starting to mend or come together, as they would say. So
Yep.
it's definitely getting that. But now the chocolate and the Pennsylvania tobacco are starting to like really overpower it a little bit.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing, you know, of that Pennsylvanian broadleaf sucker punch one is so strong, it intensifies the flavor. It intensifies it, and I think the mix with that black pepper intensifies. Now, I can't wait as you get into that back third, because that back third changes. That back third changes the cigar. Now, in this cigar, and we know we've spoke to people. It's one dimensional. There's no change in flavors. Would you say so far it's one dimensional, but it's slowly changing, or would you say you're definitely recognizing that change in the cigar?
You definitely right off the bat. Right off the bat, the light, just a couple of puffs just to get it lit. You kind of it was already hitting you with like two or three notes already coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, and now that I'm going into the second here, it's changing again. More flavors that were a little silent in the beginning are now coming up. They're getting a little bit louder as you're going through. Now they're calling out, now it's my turn, kind of thing as you're doing it.
And that's the thing, you know something. When I smoked the S84, the shade to black, I was still shocked at the flavors that I was getting, but they were toned down. And that was crazy, because you'd think a wrapper just tones it down. Now, after smoking this, of course, as we're smoking in, I know we haven't finished the cigar, but would you go and pick up the shade and try the shade and see the difference in it? Yeah.
I think we all do that. When we buy a cigar and we get it and we see it come in a different shade or a different size or anything like that, we always want to try it to see, because you want to give it a chance, especially if you had a bad experience with it. Sometimes you'll try it again and maybe in a different shade, just to see if that's what it was, just to see if the consistency is across the board. But I would try the 84 just to see if it would give you, like you said, close enough to it, even though it's going to be a little bit lighter, but just to try it to see if you're going to get the same taste of it.
Yeah. So I know we've been talking, Nathan. We've been talking about PCA, and of course, Drew Estate. I know you've got their new cigar that they released. So let's go into the future, Mike. Let's get on the DeLorean and go into the future, brother.
Okay.
Of Drew Estate, we now know they've got the Dominican factory. What would be a cool name for the next Metallica cigar with Drew Estate? What would you pull out of the songs for that next cigar?
The Sandman. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I think the Sandman would be a good one.
I think fuel. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that what I desire. Oh, yeah. There's so many, aren't there? There's so many.
I think the reason why I was into Sandman, because Sandman always resonated when we're doing sports. That song always was a good hype song, when you're doing things or you're working out, stuff like that. That's a very good hype song that you can put in a good rotation for that, especially if you have a good mix. Because nowadays everybody has a good mix of music they listen to, because the genres are so much overlapping with people that they do things like that.
Who is your favourite bassist out of the band? Because this has always been a mixed one, of course, with Jason Newsted, Robert Chalilo, and Cliff. So, who's your favourite? Earlier Metallica or 90s Metallica coming into early 2000s, or 2000s to now?
I want to say 90s, because I think 90s is when I really started listening to them.
So Jason Newsted.
Yeah, 80s wasn't as much, or late 80s wasn't as much, but 90s, when I started getting a little bit older and was able to listen to more music, and not, younger, your parents kind of slow down to what you're listening to somewhat, because we didn't have all the streaming avenues like they have nowadays, right? Easy. We didn't have accessibility as much as everything else, but MTV was doing, when MTV was on, you can listen to all their stuff and doing that. Yeah, you're able to just pick it up and As I said, I think that's what Metallica is just kind of. I mean, with their Sandman has always been resonated in me.
Yeah. You look at, of course, at MTV. MTV took it to the next octane, didn't they? With all the different music, then the different
Yes.
channels, the
Yep.
likes of Prince, the likes of Metallica, Ozzy Osbourne, Blondie, all these different bands that we've seen. It was just crazy. It was. And Ash Report, are you done? Nope, we're not done. We're still going. Still enjoying this cigar, my brother. So welcome.
It's easier to smoke a cigar when there's just two of you or many, because everybody you're enjoying it and thinking about it.
That black pepper is still there. That woodiness
It is.
is still there. The chocolate, to me, it's died. I'm not getting that sweetness now. The sweetness is going to me. I'm getting kind of a charry wood. So, like I said in the start of it, I was getting that wood. This is now getting into that charry wood. And it's so nice. It's not that over sickly taste that you would get with some cigars with that charry wood. And the ash is still nice. Of course, the ash did break off. And I've got just the smallest split there in the ash, but nothing.
That. Yep.
Nothing
No,
too
that'll
major.
straighten itself out. Yeah, that'll straighten itself out.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because there may be a vein in it, and I don't know if that's the vein in the tobacco, because as we know, and well, you tell people, Mike, why do they sometimes leave the veins in the cigar with the tobacco? Why did they leave them in, bro?
Flavor. That's where the flavor is. But I've been reading more and more on it, which is weird, and it's a very 50-50 split on it. Some people don't like seeing the veins or the stems or whatever inside of those
vein stems
of those. And then some other people are like, no, that's the best part of the cigar. That's what's holding it. That's where you're getting all the flavor and everything is coming from. So
that's where your nicotine's coming from.
Yeah.
Your nicotine. It is, because they always say that's the highest concentration of nicotine is from the stem, the vein. And to me, sometimes it is off-putting because you get your cutter and you crack and you're like, shit, have I broke the blade? Yeah, what? And then you see a massive tree trunk. You're like, what the fuck's that tree trunk doing in my cigar? So then you keep digging and digging and digging and digging, and before you know it, the cigar's just falling apart. Leave it. Smoke it. Don't start digging. If it blocks the cigar, then yeah, by all means, get a perfect draw. Put the perfect draw down to all. Try and take it out, but just be careful because you're going to damage the cigar. It's a handmade product. And this is the thing. And I do enjoy this cigar. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Mark, as much as me.
I am. I'm smoking it too fast. That's how much I'm enjoying it. It's good. It's good. It's really it's good. That's one of the things when they're so good. You wish it wouldn't last. You would last forever. And there's other ones like we were talking about the other night. Sometimes you're smoking one, you're like, man, I wish this thing would just burn and hurry up and go out, because I'm stubborn. I'll still smoke the full cigar if I like it or not. But this one I like, and it's going fast. And I think, again, either from the wind, from the Florida wind, or me pulling.
How's it pairing, of course, with the Jack Daniels? How's it pairing?
It's good. It is. It's going well. I'm noticing with the two is I'm drinking less because I want to get more of the flavor of this.
Is the Jack Daniels nulling, or is it intensifying with the taste of the cigar? Because, like we say, there's certain whiskies that can kill that cigar. It can null the taste, and we don't get that full experience. Then there's some where that cigar just kills the whiskey straight out with the high flavor content of the cigar.
No, it's doing a great job. I try not to get high proof alcohol too. I think sometimes when you get high proof alcohol, you're doing anything you have with high proof alcohol, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice, because the high alcohol value like that will just burn everything that you're doing. So you don't need to get anything strong, when you're smoking a cigar, because again, you'll take away the cigar.
I get that. I get that from your point. Now, if Matthew was here, Matthew would disagree because Matthew likes that fucking high proof
Matthew
whiskey. He does.
he likes diesel fuel. He's drinking jet
Oh,
fuel, man.
brother, he does. And just look at the cigars he smokes. It's crazy.
And
And
we're
of
AJ
course,
Fernandez brothers, and we love AJ
yeah,
Fernandez. But man, he's drinking damn jet fuel. Like I said, I'm like, woo.
Ash Report there. So Ash Report 1981. I definitely need to try this one. And for anyone who's watching, Ash Report is a friend of Mike's, and I've finally got to talk to the guy, and he's become a friend of mine. Really nice guy, down to earth, really getting into the cigar game, enjoying a lot of cigars. Go and check him out, please, on Instagram. You can check him out on, of course, YouTube by his hashtag there. You can also find him on TikTok as well. So
Please,
go and check
please,
him out. Go and support the brother.
please do. I
And
like his minute reviews that he's working on.
yeah.
They're great.
And also, one of our followers, also a friend of ours, Frankie, down in Canada. Woo! We need to go and get this brother up. So can anyone there on TikTok go and get the brother up? He's trying to get to 1,000. I don't know if he's hit it, but if you're not following him there, when you're live on TikTok and you see myself, or you see Mike, or you see Ash Report, and if Frankie's there, go and give the brother a follow, please, because we really
Please share the
appreciate
love,
it.
please.
Yeah,
Definitely
and
share the love.
this is what
Frankie's
it's
a great
about.
guy.
Yeah, this is what it's about, and this is of course why tonight I'm doing this with Mike. We're going to be doing some other reviews, me and the Cigar Loons guys, of course, which is Grumpy and Matthew. So I want to put a shout out to my fellow brothers of the Cigar Loons. So, of course, big shout out to Grumpo. Big shout out to, of course, my brother Matthew. And yeah, and of course, Ashley Spot. Thank you so much, guys. Guys and Mike are amazing. Thanks, bro. It means a lot. And then, of course, he's also said he is so close to 1,000 followers, so that's great.
Yeah,
That's
please,
great to
guys,
hear.
please follow Frankie.
So in the second, and I'm getting into that second now. What's hitting in that second of note wise? Because I'm getting another weird note, but that pepper's still there.
Like I said, mine was the leather. I was getting the earthy. The leather was coming out, was getting a little bit more dominant, while the other notes were kind of quieting down. That one was starting to get a little bit louder as I was smoking on it there.
I'm getting like a roasted espresso bean. I am. That's the kind of note that I'm getting now. With that wood still and that pepper, I'm getting a roasted espresso bean. Yeah, we'll definitely do some Ash. We'll definitely do some reviews, my bro. Like I say,
There you go.
this is what it's about. There's even if it's me, Grumpy, and Matthew, and we can all get the same cigar, of course. We'll do something with Mike and yourself, or get a group of us on here, and we'll do something like this because it's different. It gets people engaged and sharing the love, and this is what it's all about. So I just want to say, of course, to Jesse Cigar Mafia, Cigars and Booze, and Grumpy's put never trashed a live before. Grumpy, I love you, my brother.
Thank you, Grumpy. Always, always, Grumpy. Appreciate it. Never trusted live before.
But yeah, it's got that. I can taste that. It's kind of
It's almost like an almond. I'm thinking a little bit, right? Maybe
okay.
something nutty.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to
It's
focus in on it now.
It's definitely ramping in the nasals. So I can feel that pepper sitting. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, or of course Ash or Grumpy or different people that are watching, and people that watch this after. When they say people, of course, who can't retro ale, the best way is when you take in and you release at the final bit of the smoke that you let out, just breathe it up and then let it sit, because that's another way for people who don't retro ale to get the senses and see what more they're getting in the cigar by just sniffing up. And that pepper sits straight there. It's there. And when I said that to people, people are like, "You're crazy. Everyone should retro ale. You're getting more of the senses from the retro ale." Some people can't retro ale. They can't. So let me ask you, Mike, do you retro ale?
Sometimes. I did 3 times on this one. In the beginning, the second, and then I'll do it again and then I did it two times on the second. That's when I got, like I said, the taste of the like the almond or whatever that was coming out that was like striking up to me. I do it every once in a while just to see if I'm getting some of those notes that you see or you read about what they got on there. But a lot of other times I don't, because I take big puffs. And sometimes my meter of judging myself and how much I'm letting out and how much is going to go out my nose, I don't want to be like a dragon breathing flames out.
Bro, the very first time I ever retro-aled, I made myself sick.
You must let out a whole bunch.
Oh, I went white as anything. I was, yeah. I just did myself that day. But it's a great cigar, and like we said, if no one's smoked it, go and grab it. Mexican San Andreas, Connecticut Broadleaf Maduro, Nicaraguan Ligero, Pennsylvanian Ligero Sucker Punch 1. And a key that I would take from Grumpy, my brother, from another mother, is it's got dynamite in it. It's a dynamite cigar. It's got dynamite. Because it can be a little bit daunting to people when they smoke this cigar. It can be daunting. It's not one of these that's going to hit you hard, but it's got some full notes in it. And this is the thing where me and Mike are going to get into this, and I'm getting into that now, into the third, getting in that way. So with this, Mike, as we've said, medium to full. What would be your now on flavor of the notes? Would you say the notes are that full flavor notes, or would you say they are a medium on the notes?
I would still say they're a medium on the notes, because I did come in with the premonition that it was going to be a stronger cigar, because when you hear the buzz, I was like Grumpy was saying, get ready. I had the towel out just in case I had to jump in the pool, jump in and do it. But it's compared to some other ones that I had that were a little bit stronger than this, but this one was more enjoyable and it was more consistent, that I would say, because it has been a great cigar all the way through.
I want to put a shout out, of course, to Big Heck. Yo, Big Heck, hope you're rocking out there, my brother, and keeping safe.
Heck, thanks for everything you do, man.
Yep, you're all doing a great job. So thanks, Heck. That means an absolute lot, my brother, and thank you. And we hope you're enjoying it, everyone, because this is what it's about. You know something? It's different. And what do you reckon of the back screen, Mike, with the cigars, the ashtray, and the little sign at the back? That was digitally created. Digitally created. I couldn't get a proper blackened sign.
That looks good. Unfortunately, our big heads are blocking it on mine. I can't see it all the way, but I could see a little bit everything on the bottom and on the sides of it, or wherever there's a space in between. But our big heads are blocking pretty much all of it. But it does look good. But you usually do come up with good stuff.
Yeah. I'll let you have that one shot about saying I've got a big head. A lot of people have said I've got a big head over the years, my brother.
But I said we both do because I can't. I mean, I'm literally because I was, as you noticed, as I was sitting here, I kept rocking up, looking at it, trying to see a little bit of it, but yeah, we're blocking it, unfortunately. This is a really. Thank you again for recommending this cigar. No, it is good.
No, bro. So, for anyone who's watching, Mike, and like we said, of course, you give them what you're going to be up to, where they can find you. What nights do you go live on Instagram? What nights do you go live on TikTok? And what's the general time that you go live for people to check out?
On Instagram, I usually go on probably maybe like 6:30 to about 7ish, depending on that time, because I'm still growing the platform there, so it kicks me off once I hit that hour limit.
Yep.
But I always do. I call it my after night or late night party on TikTok, and I go 8 o'clock religiously, pretty much throughout the week. And we have everybody come on there, and we have great times on there. We have some people that come on there that shouldn't be on there, like usual. Some people come on and try to challenge the group on our wide experience of cigars. So we have a good hoot on that, and we have people that come in from other platforms come on, like from the the bourbon community, the whiskey, all other stuff. So we bring everybody in. Like I said, we try to open it up to everybody because there's a lot of people that smoke cigars that you don't even know they do smoke cigars, and when you talk to them about it, it's a great experience.
So, I don't know if you know this, and I'm sure you do. But James Hatfield, one of his routines. So when he's up on stage, he'll go down. When he's got a little bit of a break and they're playing some intros and stuff, he'll get a blackened out. He'll smoke the first. He'll go up back on stage, play some more songs, take another break, smoke the second. By the time the show's finished, he's got the final third and he's walking out smoking that cigar. He never stops smoking a cigar, and that's his routine of his chill time. Now, if you were chilling in your own time, what does a cigar do for you to chill you? What is it about the cigar that chills you, my brother?
Well, if I'm here in the yard, and again, I live in South Florida, so I got a lot of fruit trees around me that we have around here. So when I'm in the yard, I'm always picking up. It helps, it just settles me. I got music playing in the background while I'm out here doing that. It helps. I don't want to say it's focused because I'm already doing something, but it definitely helps keep you at ease, relieves the stress. Yeah. You're not, even though you're sweating here, or whatever is doing it, but it helps keep my mind focused on something while I'm still doing something else. Multitasking, I guess is to say, even though they say men can't multitask, but catch me with a cigar in my mouth, I'm climbing a ladder, cutting something, doing that, I am definitely multitasking.
Yeah. So now I'm in this fade, and of course, I like the fade, and I like getting down to the nub. I like getting down to it, and I always class the nub as the business end. I always class it as the business end. To me, it's still got that pepper. That pepper's still there. I'm still getting that espresso bean. I am. The levy, I'm getting that again because I'm getting that dryness. I can feel it in the mouth. And it's burning good, like I say. Burn line goes a little bit wonky, then it recorrects, and it goes wonky again, recorrects. And to be honest with you, my cigar feels to me it's being crushed a little bit. It's not as round as what you'd think. And you can see there where
almost looks like it's like box pressed almost a little bit, right?
Yeah. And I don't know if that's down to the fact of when they put the cigars in, and it could be how it was rolled. The thing is it's handmade product at the end of the day. Things change. But what are you getting now in that fade? Is it changed, or is it the same consistency of the notes? Does anything really stand out to you and go, wow, I've never had that taste before?
the Pennsylvania is coming back out stronger again as getting towards the end. The chocolate's coming back again. I kind of lost it once I got past the first into the second, but I want to. It's almost like a coffee. So I guess maybe it could be what you were saying earlier about that. I'm kind of getting a coffee note and everything because I'm starting to drink coffee a little bit more too. So I'm kind of now using that flavor profile, comparing things to it, and that's what I'm getting from it right now.
So you just said there coffee, and I know we've had the conversation. You're not a big coffee drinker, but are you pairing more cigars now with coffee? Are you enjoying pairing the cigar with the coffee, or are you still just getting to the nitty gritty with the coffee and starting really find what it is about the coffee that you enjoy?
Yeah, I started out with black a couple of times, some different ones, just to try that. But I didn't have the right, like anything with pairing, you got to have the right cigar with the right drink. Some of I think I had bad pairings with it, but I think when you do pair it with coffee, myself, I'll probably just grab a couple sticks that I like once I start getting that flavor profile down, that pattern or that cadence. Once I get that cadence down, then that's when I'll probably start going into certain things of pairing it with, like I've been trying now the hazelnut and dark chocolate coffee. And that's been doing really well with my palate with the Cincinnati cigars that I've been smoking, because that's what everybody says: smoke a lighter cigar with a good coffee, and that's what you're doing. So anything with the Cincinnati wrapper, I've been doing that, and so far they've been working out well for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of wrappers out there, and you know something, Connecticut broadleaf. I'm a big fan of Connecticut broadleaf. Mexican San Andreas, I'm a big fan of. I do like the darker wrappers. Don't get me wrong. I'll go with the Connecticut's. I'll go with the Ecuadorian Connecticut shades, Habanos, Sungrowns, Sumatras. I try everything. And sometimes one coffee that I have doesn't pair. So I always give that cigar a second try, and I change the coffee up. And I drink Kilimanjaro. I drink Cuban coffee, Mexican coffee, a wide variety, because my wife, she'll go out, she'll pick this coffee up, and she's like, "Oh, we've not tried this one, to try it.
Right,
I think it might pair with your cigar." And then I'll sit there in the garden with the cigar, the dog's running around, drink my coffee, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that goes to that one. So then I make it out of it. So I just want to say to Grumpy, Grump, I did not sit on my cigar, so go away. And he says, that one guy talks funny. I know I talk funny. And black silk goes with everything. Black silk? What are you on about, black silk? Grumpy's either not got his glasses on, or he's typing something and weird and talking to the phone. Brother, what do you mean?
I was gonna do a Grumpy, hit something, the buttons on my phone, and mess it up, and see me start going like this. Just in honor of the Grump. There you go.
It's one thing I can do. I've got the power of the button.
So that was classic. That was like the best scene for that time frame that it was going on. I could not stop laughing.
Grumpy's a good brother. You know something? Grumpy enjoyed the cigar, and Matthews enjoyed it. A lot of people have enjoyed the cigar. Now, if, say for instance, you're live now, you're live on TikTok, and you're smoking the blackened with a group of us, and someone new to cigars comes on the chat, and they go, "Mike, would you suggest a cigar to me? I'm a new cigar smoker." What would be your answer, my brother, to that question?
No, I wouldn't recommend this as their first stick. No, I think it's, like I said, you want to encourage people to ride the bike versus falling off the bike as soon as they get it. And this is something, as when you're doing that, you want to coach them into it.
Yep.
So they can enjoy it, because the whole idea is you want more people to enjoy this experience with you versus scaring people away. And I think if you encourage such a strong cigar to somebody in the very beginning, you don't want them to have a bad experience of it and they'll say they'll never do it again because this could be
So-
something. I mean, this is a great thing.
Yeah, Grumpy's just said when he was on about black silk, he's on about the coffee. So black coffee, basically. And I'm not a big black coffee fan. I have cream in mine, or I have milk and a couple of sugars. Now, have you ever heard the fact of when you're smoking a full-bodied cigar and say if you get nauseous, what are the two things that you would carry with you, or you'd get if you were nauseous with a cigar? You ever heard that one before, my bro?
No, but I would actually like to enjoy being nauseous off a cigar. I haven't had that experience. The only time I've gotten nauseous smoking a cigar when I was smoking a cigar on a boat and it was a bit choppy.
Brother,
That
I
was-
think
that-
I'd be nauseous on a boat smoking a cigar. You know,
I,
on
I
my
think
balance.
I think that was the only time, because it was one of those times where I took the cigar out of my mouth and even looked at it. Like, you're like, wait a minute, I smoked this one before. Why am I feeling like this? And I was like, oh shit, I'm on the boat. So that's why, the choppiness and everything, the waves definitely did it. But I kind of like that feeling every once in a while because it lets you know that you got a good smoke. But to go back to answer your question, I wouldn't know. Maybe like a mint, maybe, or something that kind of throw your palate off a little bit.
So some dark chocolate. Getting some dark chocolate, that'll knock it off. And a packet of sugar. And putting the packet of sugar on your tongue.
Really?
Yeah. That's what'll stop the nauseous. It is.
I never heard. I mean,
a lot of
chocolate I would understand, but the sugar part, that's interesting.
A lot of people drink water, of course, so they're cleansing the palate all the time with the water. And I get that. A high-octane, sugary soda, of course, I do that. At least you still got that sugar, stop the nauseous. Because, as we know, there is really strong cigars that can mess you around and can hand you. And if you've not had a good meal that day, it can. Now, what have you had food-wise today before you smoked the cigar? And has the food that you've had changed any of them tastes with the cigar?
Well, I work in the fast food industry, so I'm always sampling food and products and stuff in our restaurant. So I've been eating burgers and fries and all that stuff today. So I got a lot of greasy food in my stomach right now. So it's holding on to me. It's doing a good job. I'm not getting woozy or anything off of this.
So, of course, I'm still there. No band off yet. Still in the third. Now I know you're getting down into the same as me. Is it increasing with the pepper? Because to me, that pepper's increasing.
Yeah, it is. That's why I keep going like this on my lip because I'm definitely getting that taste off of it.
Would you say the pepper's changed from a? Would you say the pepper's changed from a black pepper now? Or would you say it's still on that black pepper route?
It's changed.
So where would you put it? Would you put it in that red pepper?
Yeah. Because pepper is already kind of hot, but it's getting like a spicy hot, right? You know, that's where it's getting to right now.
And this is the thing, it does change. It's not one-dimensional. And when people say to me, "Oh, the blackened's one-dimensional," I'm like, seriously? If you smoke the blackened, it's not one-dimensional.
No.
Now, of course, we mentioned about new cigar smoker if they came and they asked you. So, what would be a cigar that you would say to a new cigar smoker to try? From you smoking cigars yourself and what you've smoked, what would you put as a suggestion for somebody? Or if someone's watching this tonight and they want to smoke the blackened, but of course they're new, what would be your suggestion for them to try and pick up and smoke?
And traditionally, a lot of people always say the infused cigars, but I think everybody's kind of hearing that a lot, and it's kind of almost getting boring. You kind of keep hearing it, but it is a good gateway. But I definitely like it was the Macanudo. Was it the actually I had the wrapper here when I'm going through my wrappers. It was the Macanudo Emissary, I think that's what it was called. It has a blue and gold band. That one was
Yep,
pretty
okay.
good. That was a
Yep.
light one. Had some good flavors that that kind of encourage you to keep going, to keep smoking the cigar.
Yep.
But I always do. I mean, for me, I don't recommend any strong full body, but I do want them to, even though they are taking suggestions because they're new to it, but also look at some things to read up on it a little bit to make sure that they're getting something that's not going to be too much for their profile. Because if they don't like pepper, if they don't like
Yep.
the taste of coffee or those things like that, you need to definitely make
Yep.
sure that you know what you're getting before you purchase it.
Yeah. And to me, I always said to someone, if you want to try a cigar, you want that bit of pepper, but you also want a round, balanced cigar, then Caldwell cigars and the Eastern Standard Cypress Stream. It's a Toro, but you can get in a Coretto size. And it's not like any Connecticut out there. It's got that pepper. It is a nice, fuller flavour, but it is creamy as well, and it's a nice cigar. But let's throw it out, and anyone who's watching in the comments, please give us your comment. What would be your desert island cigar and the only cigar you could ever smoke? What would it be? You can only have that one cigar. Can't have any other. It's got to be that one cigar on that desert island because you can't get no more. You're only allowed that one.
It's good. That's a very good question there.
I've already said mine, and I'll stick to mine. Black and M81 because I smoke a shitload of it. It's
But
my
I'm telling you,
favorite.
that's the reason why I had to get it, because that's your everyday smoke. And if Marcus is listening, and Anthony would probably chuckle because he's still on here, the factory smoke, but mine, mine, mine. I still like the Man of War series from AJ Fernandez, like those, and they got some new project ones I think that were coming out, which I gotta try to find to try those. But I love all their series of AJ Fernandez cigars. But I guess if it was my go-to, it'd be their 10th anniversary.
Okay.
Ox pressed.
Yep. So Anthony says, I'm in search of that perfect cigar, and the search continues. But Anthony, come on, just one cigar. One cigar, and you smoke some good cigars so far, like the Tabernacle and different ones.
But he always talks about
Out
the
of
Hemingway also, right? The short stories and all other stuff.
yeah.
That's
So would that be your desert island cigar, my brother? And what about you, Grump? There in the comments on Insta, what would be yours? I'm sure Grumpy would say something with Candela, because I know he's a big Candela fan. He is. And this is the thing. Are you looking at going down the Candela route eventually, Mike, and trying some Candela cigars?
I'm not turning down anything but my collar. So anything that's out there that's good, that is recommended,
Good answer there, my brother.
I'm going to try it, because again, I like doing this. I enjoy doing this. So I want to give myself that challenge to spike my palate with a flavor or something that I haven't tried.
Anthony, you just picked off a good one there. Charter Oak. Yeah, by Foundation. Good cigar. Good
I still
cigar.
have two of them, Anthony. I haven't tried them yet. We got to try them together. We'll try them together. I haven't tried them yet because I got them because of you.
It's such a. Oh, I'm not going to say, but yeah, it's a great cigar. And so out of Drew Estate at the moment that you smoked, what stood out to you in the Drew Estate portfolio? Of course, this tonight. What else have you smoked out of the Drew Estate that stood out to you?
League of Nine.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, I apologize, I don't know the names of the one that has like the lion on it with the long thin band down the center of it. Yes.
Underground 10.
Yep, that one I've had.
Yep.
Of course, I've had all the infused cigars. I mean, that's pretty much, unfortunately, what he was, always known for, especially becoming to a beginning cigar smoker. So I had all the this, Fat Bottom Betty's, Sweet
Yeah,
James, the Acids,
the acids.
yeah, like all
Yeah.
those. But getting into like their other series of cigars I've had, and again, conversations with you guys and doing a little bit more research. He's made cigars for so many other people, and that you're pretty much saying you did have a Drew Estate cigar because he was the kind of guy that helped roll it and make it. So that's always been a good thing too.
Drew Estate have done a lot, and from where they started to where they are now, and then of course getting this new factory, they're just going to keep bringing out great cigars. And like I say, big shout out to Isola from Drew Estate, because she's been on the show with me and Grumpy and Matthew, and we had a great time with her. Really knowledgeable woman about Drew Estate and everything, and another fan of the blackened cigar. She does enjoy the blackened. So Anthony's put, I like your idea to have a Liga 9 and the Tabernacle back to back and see the comparisons. I reviewed the Tabernacle, which hit hard, so I'm interested in taking your challenge. Brother, it's going to be a good challenge. Trust me, you'll enjoy it.
That Tabernacle was really good. No wonder why John always, what are you smoking?
Yep.
It's very good. It is good.
So Grumpy, of course, over on Instagram says, Fuentes Candale. So I knew he knew that, or he has put as well. The Black Dahlia by Granabano. You know something.
I think he recommended me that one too. I think he recommended me that stick.
You need to go and get Granabano, the Black Dahlia, and look at the band. The Black Dahlia cigar by Granabano is to do with the Black Dahlia murders, of course, in America. And the band's got the woman's face on it. And it's a great cigar. Great cigar. And Anthony's just put, I've got in some Fuente Hemingway Rare Pink Queen of Hearts tonight. Oh.
Now I'm jealous.
I know where he got them from. Our friend there, Ash and Vine. So big shout out, of course, to Alvaro.
Yes, Alvaro. He showed me a lot of love when I went into his shop. So thank you.
Yeah, he's cool dude. Like I say, a lot of really cool people around. So we're gonna wrap this up in a minute for everyone, of course, because we're coming up to an hour and 28. But as you're getting down into that business end now, my brother, what are you getting from the cigar? What's standing out? And of course, we'll go over the notes that you've been getting so far down to this. We'll go over that after. But what's standing out to you now as you're getting into that business end? What's really standing out and what's changed?
The pepper, the spiciness now. It's really coming together. It really is. You could definitely, like I said, it's like a great orchestra. The band's playing and different people are doing it. Now it's time for them to start coming out and playing, and it's their time for their solo. It's definitely coming through right now.
Yep. So, at the start of the cigar, would you say at the start of the cigar it was more subtle, and now at the back end it's more full octane?
Yeah. It definitely is.
And that's why, of course, it's Maduro to the core, because it is in that octane level. It's getting up there, and I always say to everyone, let the cigar go, let it smoke. And as we know with John's motto is, let it develop, let the cigar develop.
Don't rush it.
And it develops, doesn't it? It develops as we get down to this.
It was a great roller coaster ride.
Yeah. For anyone who's coming in now, Mark, right? Give them a rundown of notes that you've had from the start to getting down into the business end.
First, I was, like I said, when I started doing it, first I was getting the Pennsylvania leaf, right? And then it was a little bit of I was getting a little bit of the sweet taste, I guess it was saying was coming off of it. The draw was great, very consistent. Draw's still been consistent all the way down here to the third. Got to the second, I started tasting a little bit of the leather. I feel like I was getting a little bit more earthy tones are coming out.
Yep.
I was getting tastes, like I said, it was like kind of like a nutty taste to it, and for some reason, almond was sticking out to me. And then as I got a little bit towards the end of the second, going into the third, I started to get coffee a little bit coming out. It started resonating a little bit with coffee, and then now that I'm at the third, I'm the pepper, like I said, we're talking about the spice was coming out, and it's starting to get intensified a little bit with it. So it is. It definitely gives you. It's a full meal, pretty much almost, with this because you're getting a good flavor of everything.
Yeah. So I hate rating cigars. I hate rating them. I don't like rating them. But
that's my thing too. I don't like rating them either.
But if you were to give this a mark out of 10, with construction, burn, flavor, looks of the band, what would be your score?
Well, again, I don't like scoring because I think scoring is so repetitive in doing things. But I do burn consistently. It's great. I'll give it a grade on that. I would give it for presentation, great. I would also give it for flavor profile, excellent, because it definitely does take you through a ride as you're going through. And then my last thing would be, would I buy it again? Definitely.
Yep.
And I think the best compliment you can give to a cigar, would I recommend it to somebody? Definitely.
Yep.
I would definitely recommend the cigar to someone that's smoking cigars and they want to try something different to change up their flavor profile. I would definitely recommend it.
Me, consistency of the smoke is great. Like I say, construction, excellent. Presentation with the band, it tells you straight away there. Of course, at the foot, M81, we do it to the core, stands out nice with the Drew Estate logo. Of course, the top band, the blackened, the white stands straight out. Or it stands out on my pick as well, of course. My little blackened pick.
Look at you all black and M81 all out over there.
Oh, yeah. And it does stand out. Note-wise is that full note. Full note, medium to full flavor, which is great in the cigar. I enjoy it. If I was to score it, it's going to be a 9. The reason I've knocked it down from a 10 is because of it's not totally round, like I said. It's got that little bit of squishness in it that's probably been put in the box, and that's how it is. It's probably how it's been handled. So that's my only little knock. But recommending this to a cigar smoker, like I did to you, like I've done to Anthony and different people, I would definitely recommend this to someone that has been smoking cigars for a good couple of months, that now are getting into the Maduros, they're getting into the Mexican San Andres, the Connecticut Broadleafs. I would recommend this to try. To a new cigar smoker, I would definitely say, if you're new to it, this cigar is going to hand you your arse.
Yeah.
Go and try the S84, the Shade to Black, because of that Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. You're still getting the taste of the blackened, but it's nulled down. And I mean, the notes are subtler to the taste. So that would work for you. And of course, put that blackened song on. Deadly nicotine. It's not deadly. It's good for you, the nicotine is. You can catch that on a different podcast. You can catch it on the Cigar Lounge where we spoke about it and everything. And Mike, I want to say a big thank you. Big thank you, bro, for sitting here.
To me?
Yeah, to sitting here tonight, my bro, and doing this review. I have had an absolute awesome time sitting here doing this with you. And please, 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 everyone that watches the Cigar Lounge, they tune in to the reviews, the wrestling shows that me and Grumpy do. Go and check out Mike over on Instagram. Of course, a distinguished gent, my Ash. Go and check him out there on TikTok. Go and check out his YouTube channel. Go and check out, of course, Ash Report. Go and check out Grumpy on rumble.com at the Grumpy Coffee Talk Show, because Grumpy's doing a great thing with his show, what he's doing. news, religious scripture from the Bibles, the lost Bibles, of course, different conspiracy theories. He's been doing some true crime as well, and he hit one this week about the crypto queen that disappeared. So go and check that out. Great shows. And please support the guys and the girls in the industry. Go and support the companies, the legacies. Go and support the boutiques, because you know something? They've all got great cigars, so go and support them. But lasting thoughts on the cigar, Mike, before we finish. Lasting thoughts, my brother.
I would definitely not recommend this being your first smoke if you have a group of cigars you're going to smoke. Because I think it's strong, that it would just, you want to build up to it, right? You don't want to go to this one right off the bat unless you have one stronger than this, or that's all you have is 2 or 3 of these. That's a different story. But I would definitely say, you want to build up to this one as you're smoking your cigars and you're going through your profile and you're looking at whatever sticks you got there. You want to build up to this one. Don't jump right out to this.
And how's that nub? Because you're down on the nub. I'm slowly breaking down.
It's great. Yep. It's not hot on my fingertips, which has been good. It's been kept well. Yep. That's also important. Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's not hot on the tips.
So would you go and buy more?
Yeah, I already got one more in there that I already moved that one to. I moved that to my other humidor, but I'm gonna buy more. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try the 84 when next time I'm in one of the shops. I'm gonna pick that up too.
Are you gonna put this into your regular roll-up?
Nah, it's moved into my special one in the room. But I'll keep all my good single cigars in there. I keep that in there.
Good. So yeah, of course, me and Mike tonight, we've been doing the blackened M81 Maduro to the Court by Drew Estate Cigars. Of course, made with James Hatfield of Metallica, made with Rob Dietrich of Blackened Whiskey, and also Jonathan Drew of Drew Estate Cigars. And we hope you've enjoyed this review. Great cigar, great company tonight with Mike. So thank you again, Mike, for joining me tonight on this. We hope that everyone's enjoyed. And as I always say, stay smoky, everyone. Mike, any lasting things you want to say before we wrap it up, my brother?
Fuck them. That's all I got. Keep on smoking, guys. Keep on smoking. Yep.
Don't let anyone get you down, and don't let anyone tell you the cigars are bad for you, because you know something? They ain't like cigarettes. They ain't like vapes. They're great. Not at all. And they are a conversation cigar, and they are also a stress relief from a very hard day. But from me, thank you. Of course, go and check out Mike, like I say. Go and check out the Cigar Loons podcast. We will be live on Tuesday from 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. And, of course, midnight in the UK. And please go and check out my brothers, Grumpy, at Grumpy Preacher Cigars. Grumpy Cigar Preacher, sorry. And go and check out Vital and Proof, which is Matthew. Big shout out to them, of course, for letting me do this tonight with Mike and everything. I know the guys would have been here if they got the cigar as well. But Matthew's traveling to a wedding. And Grumpy's having some really bad storm issues at the moment. I hope that's settled down and he's doing all right over there. I know he's been watching, so I should imagine he's okay. But of course, go and catch us on the after party. We'll be live on TikTok, so go catch us there. But for me, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
See you guys.
Thank you
Have
for
a good night.
See you, everyone. Bye-bye.